Hello, I haven't done a video in a while, mainly due to my kid being on holiday and I need to take them somewhere. We're going to have a bit of a throwback. I have already done a video on these LX M570s and I feel like the video was pretty poor. I've now got another two pairs of these that I just got recently, so I figured this would be a good opportunity to remake the video on that. The only reason you really want to do that is either you have play in between here and you're going to put some sort of spacer to try and limit that play, or they become rough as well, one of the two. So this isn't very difficult, nice short video, good way to get the new year started. Let's begin. I think you're only going to need 2 or 3 tools to do the job. Some kind of nice sharp knife to lift up this cover, which we're about to do, a number 2 Allen key, and some pliers to eventually push the linkage arms back into these teeth. So let's remove this little cover here. Try and avoid damaging it when you're taking it off. It'll obviously look ugly if you bend it in any way. There you go. Next, we're going to grab our 2mm Allen key, wrench. Good quality ones make a big deal of difference here on these little screws. Cheap stuff usually rounds them, especially as they're quite stuck and stiff usually on here. As you can see, I'm actually bending the thing trying to get it off. I think I got it. Yeah. Thought I damaged it there for a second, but I didn't. They're just very stuck. Oh, wow. Possibly too much thread locker in there. Don't know. Let's get there in the end. Yeah. Yeah, we got there in the end. Right, cool. Next, we're going to remove that pin right here. Now, I've already tried to see if it moved out. It doesn't. I suspected it wouldn't be so easy because that little screw there was so hard to take out. So if it's really a difficulty, you can always use some penetrative oil if you have some. Let's put some now to test it out. And you're going to probably need either a vise or a plier to pry it out, push it out. So it's still stuck. I'm going to use something to help me push it through using a plier. So I'm using this bolt, not ideal, but it's the quickest thing I could find on the side. There you go. Ooh, nearly pinched myself. Yeah. You'll notice here there's a groove in that pin, and it's closest towards going on my left anyway. Right, now we can take that stuff off. Don't get too worried really about the way you're going to put this on, especially if you have another pair, as you can always compare to the other one that you'll have, and you'll be able to tell which way to put the things back in order anyway. So this can actually come off. See if I can just gently lift it up. Use my knife to go around it. You don't want to damage those teeth too much, so we do want to use it again. There you go. So that's come off now. I think there was a replacement kit for this, but you can obviously not get that anymore. Now we can remove this part. So now if you want to continue this, I think we're going to have to lift up something here. There's some teeth here that's engaged with, I think, these parts. So we're going to need to lift it up. I believe it's just here in between. Yeah, it's that. So you could just wedge it up. The spring, fairly difficult to remove. Oh, we got it. Some kind of bushing, some teeth, and finally here we've got this barrel with teeth on both ends. So I'll clean that up quickly, the little parts, and then we can put it back together again. I've put some white paper at the back because it's started to get dark outside, and that way you can see a little bit more clearly. So I think just before we get started, I'm going to put a very, very, very thin layer on this main part right here, the teeth, kind of acting like the pivot. Only a thin layer, just so it kind of goes through. I mean, last time I used some mineral oil, and I haven't had any issues with my, which ones am I using now? Well, I'm using both the XTM 750 V brakes and the M950 V brakes. I think I did that on both, just put mineral oil in it. It's fine. I'll zoom in now so we can see a little bit better. Let's grab this part now, the teeth. I don't think there's any difference between which side you put it in. Push that through. Now on the other side, there's that kind of plastic cover. Doesn't matter where you put it for now. I think it was this way though, eventually. Which way is it? Ah, okay. It's actually going to be like this eventually. Next we have this bushing kind of part with those teeth. So it's going to go like this, like a hat. And you want to stick there. So the teeth inside there, by the way, are going to go seat between the teeth of that part that we just pushed in, or the holes of that between the teeth. That'll do for now. Next, grab the spring. So the spring should go this way. So that tip there that's sticking out upwards, you want it facing towards us, and we'll push the other side now through the hole that's right here on the side. There you go, so that should be like that for now. Next we have this part. So the other tip of that spring is going to go through that hole. It's going to sit on the top for now. And then we have this part. So now the teeth here, we're going to have to push them in. And I believe, yeah, that little pin that's sticking up is going to go more on the right. And then the part with for the screw is going to go on this side, like so. So you want to have that little tab bit sticking up there towards the hole of the black cover on the top. You'll see there. And now we need to push those teeth back inside. So as a guide, I would say the best thing is to grab I don't think you're going to get this very wrong, but just as a guide, get the other V-brake that you'll have and make sure the teeth are about the same place. That way this arm's going to be in the correct position later on. I was at one point doing this with the plier. It's just not working for whatever reason. So we're going to use well, if you've got a vise, I'm using this because it's going to make it easier for me to video. I'm going to use this tool instead. So on one side here, make sure again that you don't damage your teeth. I'm going to put this piece of wood, and on the other side I'm going to be able to push this in. Okay, so now I should be able to force this fully in. A bit harder than I thought it'd have to be. Let's see where we are at. Okay, just one side that needs to be pushed in still. Okay, that should be good. I've got another little trick as well. Once I'm towards the end, I'm going to use this and I'll screw everything down, and then that should push everything through as well evenly. Now grab the main linkage arm, and you need to now roughly estimate where it's going to be, put back on. It should be like that though, and this also needs to be pushed down. That side was a lot easier to put on. Right, so now grab this bushing. There's one part that's a little bit thicker here at the bottom. That goes against the linkage arm, and it's going to go there. You then have the spring. So the spring, that longer tip, is going to go over the linkage arm. This part right here. Flip that around. So it's going to go eventually clipping onto that part, and the other tip of that spring is going to clip. I can't remember where it goes now. I think it's on the top here. Oh, yeah, there's a little line there. So we're going to put that on the top. I don't know how this is going to all work out. Guess I'm going to push against it somehow. Yeah. So just kind of pushing that there kind of works roughly. Yeah, we're nearly there. Okay, now so we've got this pin to put back in. So I would say that where there's that groove there, it's going to go on the left if we're looking at the arm in this direction. So let's put that through. You need to kind of align everything for it to go fully through. Need that. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're there. We've done it. You'll see that groove there in the hole where we're going to put that screw soon enough. Let's put this little screw back in now with a number 2 Allen key wrench. Okay, that's good. For the dust cover, grab some tweezers, and what you want to do is glue on the edges, not on the interior. In preference, use instant glue for this. You might as well move that around straight away to stop the glue from sticking if it's come off a little bit. And it's if it's rubbed off onto the pivot, I mean. You can see mine there's not. Let that dry maybe a little bit longer, but it should be good. Finally, here at the back, there is another little screw for the brake that I forgot to put back on. Okay, that's good. Finally, I'm going to grab the, I can't remember what it's called, the brake mounts. I'm going to put one in, so if you've got one spare, it can be quite useful. And I'm going to tighten it up. You can always do this on the bike, obviously, as well, if you've removed yours. Okay, well that's everything done. I thought this was going to be a really quick video, and in the end it hasn't been. But thank you for listening. Hope this helped you service your M570 V brakes. Until next time, peace out.